we go. All right, so my name's Jason Kyle. I'm running for House District 8. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a conservative, and I'm a business manager. I was born and raised in Utah, and this community is in my blood and it's in my bones. I'm a fifth generation Weber County resident. I'm running because I have 4 daughters and I'm concerned about the future of our state and our community. Most people have woken up the last few years and they've seen what an overreaching government can do. But we need to do more than just see. We need to do more than just pay attention. We need to act. And that's why I've been fighting for common sense conservative causes for the past several years. I've fought for our constitutional right for the freedom of association, and I've also fought for repealing the tax increase on food and gas. And I've also served as the legislative 8 vice
Thank
chair
you very much.
On the executive committee.
Thank you. Kim, please.
Hello, I am Kimberly Cousins. I am running for House District 8. A little bit about me. I grew up in California and applied to only one school, Utah State University. I was the only one in my AP English class to apply to only one college, but I knew where I wanted to go and I knew where I wanted to be. And when I got here, all I wanted to do was stay, and I convinced the rest of my family to move out here. So I am here. I live now in Weber County, and I'm a mother. I am married to my husband, Corey, who changed careers from chef to now in landscape. And we live near my family, and I have 3 boys. And my mom's a teacher, and I was made aware of the need for substitute teachers in our schools. And so now I sub in our school, and I've also been able to sub at the preschool. And I have been paying attention, and I believe that we as conservatives need to get involved, and we need to be proactive.
Thank you. Kimberly, we'll start with you with the first question. How often do you review the U.S. Constitution and the Republican Party platform?
Okay, so I have been getting passionate about politics for a while. For me, it probably started in high school. And recently, I was given a pocket constitution, and I keep that in my front room. And we review it as a family. We read from the Constitution, we read from the Declaration of Independence, and we review that as a family. And also, the other question was the party platform. So since wanting to run and being curious about running since about 2020, I've been reviewing that party platform and studying that. And I am so glad that we have this party platform. And when I read it, for the first time, I was so excited to feel that we are on the right track as conservatives, and if we can abide by the Constitution and the party platform, we're going to go in an amazing direction.
Thank you. Jason?
So I think like most people, I don't put it on my calendar to review the Constitution. But I think it is important to know what's in it. I think when I've been talking with a lot of candidates, I think it'd be very hilarious for some people to go up to them and ask them what is in the Constitution. So it is important to actually know what's in there. And I'm a college educated person. I know what's in there. I know that it gives the responsibilities of the legislative branch, the executive branch, the judicial branch, the rights of the states, the rights of the responsibilities of the federal government, the ratification, the Bill of Rights, and the other amendments. So I know the Constitution. It's very important to me, and I know that it was divinely inspired, and that's we've been blessed to have it in our country. The Republican Party platform, and I read it every time we have some kind of party event, and it's not something that I actually have to go and review all the time because it's inherent. They're things that I agree with, and they're common sense.
Next question, Jason, we'll start with you. What is your top priority if elected?
That's a great question. So my top priority is to bring prosperity to our county, and it's everybody's feeling the effects of poor policy from the left. We're feeling inflation, and we're feeling what happens when you have an overreaching government that just is really terrible at its job, right? So what I want to do is bring prosperity and ease the tax burden on families and businesses so that we can prosper. I think that when we bring prosperity, everybody's able to focus on other things. I don't want to have families thinking about how am I going to make the rent, how am I going to pay my mortgage, how am I going to buy food. What I want is to relieve the tax burden on families, let taxpayers decide how they're going to spend their funds. That they can do it so much better than the government. And so my priority is to just bring prosperity and ensure that we have local control and that make sure that your voice is heard. I will listen to you.
Thank you.
That is my big priority.
Kimberly, what is your top priority if elected?
Okay, I'll make it quick because I have a few. And I agree with Jason that families are the ones who need to decide how they spend their money, not the government, and we need to ease that burden. A few top priorities are maintaining the proper role of government. We, the people, we have the voice, and we need to keep the federal government has their roles, and we need to make sure that they are not stepping on our toes as a state, and that we have our roles here to make our decisions, and then the state isn't making decisions that the local government needs to make. We need to maintain that. The other thing that I want to focus on is maintaining our God-given rights. They are under attack, and I want to protect those God-given rights. And the third thing is protecting education. We have seen things seep into our schools, and I want to protect our education system, and I want to make sure that when kids are in the public school route, that they are not getting divisive, harmful material, and I want to stand up for our teachers as well.
Thank you. All right, Kimberly, next question is for you. What other public offices have you run for or held?
This is my first rodeo. This is my first time running for public office, and I'm excited for it. I have been involved in paying attention, I guess I should say, in voting in elections and paying attention from a very young age. And different things that I guess would be experience instead of holding office would be getting involved even at a young age, middle school, high school. In high school, I was actually a trained mediator for the state of California, and I believe that gave me experience. Instead of sending kids to the principal's office, they would pull me out of class and I would have to mediate situations. I had to make sure girls didn't pull each other's hair and sit across from the table and not use bad words, and have a compromise at the end of that. And I believe that helped me, as well as my college education, business administration with a minor in HR, and then going on and using that in a career and having to then act as a mediator in that role.
Thank you. Jason.
So I haven't held a public office before. I did run for this seat 4 years ago in 2018 against the incumbent. He outspent me 10-1. I got past the convention, but in the primary he outspent me 10-1, and I still got 41%, which I was very, very happy about. And I think what happened was there was a good grassroots movement there, and the support I got was from the conservatives that knew that I supported their values. And but also I'm very grateful for the 4 years that I've had since then. I've been able to learn quite a bit, and it's given me a lot of experience. I've been able to be involved in the party. I've served as the legislative vice chair, and I've been able to volunteer with the party and help volunteer and move forward conservative causes, and that's been it's been invaluable. And now after this 4 years, since then I've noticed that now is my time. I'm ready, and I will be a wonderful.
Jason, how do you feel about the caucus and convention system?
I've always loved the caucus and convention system. It's a wonderful system, and it allows a diverse group of candidates to actually run for office, because money is not as big of an issue when you're jumping into it. And so I received 55% of the delegates' votes at convention, and I think I received it because of they saw that I had their values, I represented them, and they saw that I had the experience to work with a diverse group of people. When we get into the legislature, they're not all going to be as conservative as us. They're not all going to be They don't all think the same, but they know that I have the experience of working with people. I'm actually, my background's in chemical engineering, and I'm a business manager, so I can talk to a scientist as well as I can talk to a small business manager. And so I think that the caucus convention system is a great system, and you can tell how our state is run using that
Thank you.
system. It's run very well, and we get great candidates through it.
Kimberly,
Yes.
how do you feel about the caucus and convention system?
I love it. I grew up in Caucasian, and Bill was mentioning how it is to try and talk to anyone in California, how it is to try and run. I think it's awesome that someone like myself, someone like Jason, we are able to jump into this race because we are passionate about our district. We're passionate about the people. We're passionate about the Constitution. I feel that this caucus convention system allows for passionate people who maybe don't come from a ton of money to be able to have an opportunity to use their voice and to help the people around them. So I love this system. I love the convention process, and I think it really gives people a voice. And on the topic, I guess using my time, I practice being able to talk with people from all different political backgrounds on a regular basis, especially growing up in California. I've had that opportunity from a young age.
Thank you. Final comments. We'll start with you, Kimberly.
Okay, final comments. We're there already. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jake and Jackson, for doing this for us. And I'm sorry, I forgot your name, but thank you. You're being an excellent timer.
Miranda
and
Rizzi, the wonderful
Thank
secretary.
you. I've talked to you. Thank you. This process has been so interesting and amazing, and I've learned so much, and I love talking to people. I love you guys. I am so excited for this whole process. I love our Constitution. I love America. I'm so excited to hopefully be a representative and be down at the House and make some things happen and protect our state and protect our children and make sure that we are a strong conservative state that leads the way for other states to follow our example. Thank you.
So I'd like to thank you all also for coming out. It's great to see people that are so engaged in the process and actually vetting candidates and looking to see who they're actually going to vote for and who will be representing them. So I just want to leave you with some of my priorities. I didn't have a lot of time to leave it all because there's so much to do. But I do want to lower the tax burden on families and businesses and bring prosperity to Weber County and also Morgan County. And so I want to ensure local control and that your voice is heard. I want to limit executive overreach, mandates, and shutdowns. I want to defend life and protect the unborn. I want to protect parental rights, and I want to support our hardworking teachers and law enforcement. Our law enforcement has had it really bad over the last few years, and they definitely need our support. But I'm also running to be a common sense conservative in the legislature for you, not for anybody else, but for the people that I will represent. So I will make sure that
Thank you
your
very
voice is
much.
heard, and I will protect your freedoms while protecting your tax dollars.